He's good. He's good.
It was a shame she was with Nate. Cassie was exactly
Beautiful.
Okay, we need to have a serious talk. Because I don't know about you, but I am still actively trying to catch my breath after that episode. We waited years for this season, and Sam Levinson basically looked at us and said, "You thought the high school years were stressful? Hold my drink. Forget the petty high school drama. Forget who is kissing who by the lockers or crying in the bathroom. Euphoria just hit us with a massive 4-year time jump, and suddenly we are dealing with literal cartel turf wars, secret online profiles involving dogs, which, yikes, we will get to that, and the former terrifying king of the school secretly hoarding leftover party food because his bank account is running on fumes." Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Season 3 Episode 2 just dropped, and the ground has completely irrevocably shifted beneath our feet. We aren't wandering through neon-lit, glittery hallways anymore. These characters aren't just trying to survive a bad weekend bender. They are desperately trying to survive the rest of their adult lives. And let me tell you, they are playing dirty. If there is one glaring theme running through the veins of this episode, it's the pursuit of the American dream. But since this is the Euphoria universe, that dream is basically a toxic, neon-soaked nightmare. It's all about the hustle, but we are seeing exactly who these characters are willing to step on to get to the top. I'm still getting absolute chills thinking about where Rue ended up sending Angel. We are going to break down that terrifying rehab clinic later in the video, and trust me, you are going to want to hear the dark, true crime theory I have about it. But first, we absolutely have to talk about the messy, manipulative, and strangely brilliant world of Maddy and Cassie. So, Maddy and Cassie. This dynamic easily had the most substance this week, and it's honestly rivaling Rue's storyline for the most anxiety-inducing plot. She is currently living by the ultimate 2020s survival rule. Fake it till you make it. On paper, to the outside world, she is this big, successful, high-powered manager for Dylan. In reality, she's trapped in a gilded cage. Remember, her mom lost her salon. Maddy is feeling the crushing weight of real-world, adult financial responsibility for the very first time. She is essentially getting paid an allowance to sit in a beautiful house and look pretty, so she doesn't ruin Dylan's brand. But guys, Maddy Perez is way too ambitious and way too smart to just be a well-paid accessory. She doesn't just want comfort, she wants an empire. So she starts this incredibly dark side hustle. She is acting as an underground agent for girls selling, let's say, highly explicit pictures of themselves online. And honestly, Maddy's logic here is as twisted as it is pragmatic. If this weird, exploitative internet world is going to exist anyway, she might as well be the mastermind collecting the massive checks. She almost made it to the absolute top with her client Caitlin. They were on the verge of mainstream success and millions of dollars. But she had to drop it and walk away from a massive payday because it was threatening Dylan's squeaky clean image. You can tell that loss is eating Maddy alive. She tasted real power and had it snatched away. Enter Cassie. Oh, sweet, naive, deeply confused Cassie. Finally, somebody looked Cassie in the eye and said what we have all been screaming at our TVs for an hour. Cassie is doing these bizarre, cheap, degrading photo shoots. Yes, I am talking about that weird dog photo shoot. I mean, who thought dressing Cassie up like a literal poodle was high fashion? Maddy just bluntly tells her, this doesn't have a shelf life. It's weird, it's cheap, and it's a total dead end. Maddy immediately slips into this fake high-power Hollywood agent persona. It was honestly hilarious to watch her pretend to be on a massive high-stakes phone call, just to project this image of authority in front of Cassie. She knows exactly how to play on Cassie's insecurities, but here is where the manipulation gets actively dangerous. Maddy starts treating Cassie like a startup company. She pushes her to do riskier, much more lucrative shoots. Cassie weakly defends herself, saying, "Oh, Nate doesn't mind. Girl, be for real right now. We know Nate Jacobs. He absolutely minds. He never gave her permission for this, and to him, permission is everything. This is a ticking nuclear time bomb waiting to detonate their impending marriage." And did you catch the most spine-chilling moment of the episode? It was that quiet bedroom scene where both Cassie and Nate referred to Maddy as my Maddy. My Maddy. Like she's some sort of shared ghost haunting their relationship. They are both so deeply entangled with her. Maddy is uniquely positioned to get right in the middle of their marriage. While Cassie probably thinks Maddy is just being a supportive friend helping her gain independence, it is so obvious Maddy is just using Cassie to rebuild the cash cow portfolio she lost, when she gave up Caitlin. Maddy is going to push Cassie way too far into the deep end, and the girl from their past is 100% going to burn their future to the absolute ground. But listen, while Maddy and Cassie are playing with emotional fire, Rue is practically bathing in literal gasoline. After that intense season premiere, where Rue literally had an apple shot off her head like a twisted circus act, Alamo has officially promoted her. She is now running one of his clubs. But this promotion instantly ignites a violent, terrifying turf war with Lori. We find out Lori only got her start because Alamo helped her out, a detail she completely ignored when she insulted him by calling him a pig. Alamo's response? He doesn't send a threatening text. He doesn't send guys to break her windows. He places a literal actual pig inside Lori's home. It is Godfather-style mafia messaging, but made incredibly unhinged. The criminal ecosystem of this town is shifting. The big dogs are fighting, and Rue is standing right in the crossfire without a bulletproof vest. But guys, we really need to talk about Rue's soul right now, because it is actively rotting. In high school, Rue was destroying herself. As an adult, she is becoming completely complicit in the destruction of others. She knows the dark secrets of this club. She knows Tish died. She literally helped clean up the scene, wiping away evidence like she's the Olivia Pope of the cartel underworld. And yet, she stays. The money, the twisted adrenaline, the toxic validation from a dangerous man like Alamo, it's pulling her deep into the abyss. She walks around claiming to be California sober, but she is fully assisting monsters. And that brings us to the absolute most messed up, skin-crawling part of the episode. Angel, Tish's best friend. Rue, in a moment of either extreme stupidity or misplaced intimacy, accidentally lets it slip that Tish's death is being covered up. Angel, understandably, spirals into a complete mental breakdown. Alamo doesn't do tears. He gives Rue a chilling ultimatum: send her to rehab or she's out on the curb. But guys, pause the video right now. Did that place look like a medical rehab to you? Because to me, it looked like the set of a Saw movie. This wasn't a wellness retreat with yoga mats, group therapy, and green juice. The directing here leaned entirely into horror tropes. The suffocating shadowy lighting, the flickering fluorescent bulbs, the completely dead-eyed receptionist with the uncomfortably dirty fingernails. None of it screamed healing. It screamed black sight. And remember the dialogue in the car? Angel casually mentions, almost like a ghost, that California is the state where the most people go missing in the entire country. That was not just throwaway small talk to fill the silence, guys. That was a giant, glowing neon sign from the writers. Alamo didn't arrange for Angel to go get better. He arranged for her to be permanently silenced. There is a 0% chance a ruthless kingpin allows a volatile, grieving liability who knows about a murder cover-up to just walk the streets. Alamo sent her away to disappear, and Rue drove the car. If Angel doesn't come back, and let's be painfully honest, she probably won't, the crushing, unbearable guilt of essentially delivering a girl to her death is going to completely shatter whatever is left of Rue's fragile mental state. Now, on a slightly less murder cover-up note, let's check in on Jules. We finally caught up with her, and her storyline perfectly mirrors this season's core theme of hustling for the dream, but with a deeply cynical, depressing twist. Jules is out here living the modern transactional dream. She's currently living in a gorgeous, sterile, massive penthouse suite. And how is she paying for it? It's entirely funded by a happily married man, whom she only has to see twice a month. I mean, wow. Think about season 1 Jules. Remember her riding her bike, painting her face with glitter, falling wildly and romantically in love? That girl is completely gone. In her place is a cold, pragmatic survivor who realized that making art requires heavy funding, and the easiest, most morally gray way to get it is to just commodify herself. It's incredibly sad, but also, in this brutal economy, you kind of understand why they are all selling out. It highlights this massive disconnect. Rue actively admitted she wishes they were still back in high school because adult life is too hard. But Maddy and Jules, they explicitly said they don't want to go back. They are ruthlessly navigating their futures, completely numb to the moral cost. Which brings us to the funniest, most deeply satisfying part of the entire episode. Nate Jacobs is broke. The big bad alpha male, the former king of the high school, who used to terrorize people with blackmail and intimidation, is currently drowning in a massive $550,000 debt to Naz. He is literally trying to open a business called Sun Settlers, which is an end-of-life care home for the elderly, just to try and trick wealthy investors into giving him cash. Let's just pause to appreciate the sheer irony of this. Nate Jacobs, a diagnosed sociopath who destroys everyone he touches, opening a facility to care for the elderly. Please. That has to be a money laundering front, right? There's no way it's a legitimate passion project. But the absolute best part is that the cracks in his perfectly tailored facade are starting to show to anyone paying close attention. My absolute favorite moment? When the caterer, Juana, asked what to do with the leftover fancy appetizers after his party, and Nate nervously snapped at her to keep it. The guy who prides himself on generational wealth is hoarding mini quiches because he is terrified of starving. He is bleeding cash from every pore. Maddy is mercilessly forcing him to buy a ridiculous $50,000 flower arrangement for a wedding he can't actually afford. Cassie is selling weird photos online, which implies to his elite snobby social circle that Nate can't even afford to provide for his own fiancée, an absolute dagger to his massive ego. And to top it all off, Naz drops a terrifying hammer. Pay $100,000 by the end of the week, or the debt balloons to an unmanageable $600,000. Watching this deeply toxic, aggressively controlling guy completely lose his grip on his money, his power, his status, and eventually his girl, it is like watching a slow-motion luxury car crash, and I am not looking away for a single second. Before we officially wrap up today's review, I feel it is incredibly important to take a moment and talk about Eric Dane's performance as Cal Jacobs in this episode. Knowing about his tragic, untimely passing makes watching him on screen right now carry this profound, heavy emotion that completely transcends the fictional narrative of the show. It's rare for an actor to make you violently hate a character and then deeply pity them in the exact same breath, but that was his magic. Even with the severe health struggles we now know he was facing while filming this season, he delivered a scene that was absolutely perfect. He flawlessly balanced that dark, creepy, uncomfortable Euphoria tension with his signature, cuttingly sharp humor. Cal has always been a monster of a character, a deeply flawed man who caused so much pain. But Eric somehow always managed to infuse him with this pathetic, captivating, undeniable humanity. It was a beautiful, bittersweet reminder of his immense, powerhouse talent. I know that as fans, we are all going to hold these final performances of his incredibly close to our hearts as the rest of the season unfolds. He will be deeply missed. Alright guys, what a phenomenal, deeply stressful, absolutely amazing episode of television. I really believe this 4-year time jump was the best creative decision the show could have possibly made. We are dealing with real-world adult consequences now. The board is set, all the pieces are moving rapidly, and it genuinely feels like nobody is making it out of this season entirely unscathed. But I need to know exactly what you guys are thinking, because my brain has been spinning since the credits rolled. Do you think Angel is actually in a real medical clinic getting professional help? Or do you agree with me that her fate is way, way darker than that? Will Rue find out what really happened to her? And let's take some bets in the comments. Exactly how many episodes do we have left before Nate Jacobs' massive financial lies completely blow up in his face and ruin his wedding? Get down in the comments and give me your wildest, most unhinged theories right now. If you need to vent about the stress of this episode with someone, hit that share button and send this video to your fellow Euphoria addicts. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a thing, because I'll be back right here next week to break down the next inevitable batch of chaos.